Joining us now, Israeli Ambassador to the U.S., Michael Herzog. Mr. Ambassador, thank you for being with us. What can you tell us about these three young women we've been waiting on?
So as we speak, we understand that those three young women are being handed over through the Red Cross to Israel. Romy, Emily, and Doron, they've been in Hamas captivity for 471 days. Just think about it. And this is a great day. We've been waiting for it, and we are waiting for the release of the remaining hostages.
And it must be such a bittersweet time, because what a joy to have these three young women finally free, but knowing that they have probably suffered the unspeakable. And there are so many more still to come.
Yeah, we all feel the pain, and we can't think about what people endure during 471 days in captivity, especially the women. And there's a long recovery for everybody. We have to get them back home, all of them.
So do you feel this is just going to be phase one? There are still things to be hammered out with Hamas for phase two, phase three, to get everyone, whether it's remains, whether it's hostages who are still alive. Are you confident that Hamas will be a good actor in getting all of them home?
This is a phase deal. It has three stages. This is stage one, which is about releasing women, elderly, and the sick and wounded. Second phase is the remaining live hostages, males, and then the third stage is about the bodies. We, on day 16 of this stage, we start negotiating the next phase. It's going to be tough because both sides have their own demands and expectations, and to the extent that Hamas does not comply or live up to what they are required to do, then we'll have to go back and apply pressure on them.
And we understand, we're just getting word that President Biden is going to speak a little bit later this morning on what is happening with the ceasefire and how the rest of this may unfold. Do you think, as you talk about those difficult negotiations that are still ahead for phase two and three, that it makes a difference that there's a new administration? Does it signal something different to Hamas or to Israel about getting those things done?
So to begin with, the fact that we got this deal is because of two elements. One was defeating Hamas, the pressure we put on them, and the fact that we degraded Hezbollah and deterred Iran. Hamas was all the time hoping that we'll get to a regional war that will stop Israel and Gaza. That hasn't happened. They understand they're on their own, and that pushed them towards the deal. Second element, since President Trump came into the picture and said he wants a deal, I think that factored into their own calculations. We have seen now an unprecedented cooperation between the outgoing administration and incoming administration. We had in Doha, Qatar, Special Envoy Brett McGurk representing President Biden and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff presenting President Trump. They worked cooperatively, and this helped us get across the finish line. I can say I've been in touch with Steve Witkoff constantly. He's done a great job.
What do you see long term? What happens in Gaza?
That's a big question because we are not going to allow Hamas to remain in power in Gaza and try and create the condition for yet another October 7th. So we have to come up with alternatives. They have to be local Palestinians, Gazans, who will rule Gaza, but they are not Hamas.
Well, what coalition do you see coming together? Do you see a role for the U.S. in that?
Definitely, I see a role for the U.S. and other regional actors to try and create alternatives to Hamas and stabilize the situation. I also see big opportunities in the region as a whole following the defeat of Hezbollah and the deterrence of Iran. And I'm hopeful and confident that our two governments will work together to pursue those opportunities.
Well, we have such joy with you as we await these three young women, but sorrow and prayers continue with you for all those who are still left behind at this point. Ambassador, thank you for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.